structure and taxation and so forth. So we really recommend that in the new era of Shandong, the new renewable and the green aspect is dominant because that is going to attract high-tech and foreign investment. Well, this conference is all about dialogue, and I hope it will be successful. I hope to see you in real terms at one stage, maybe in Qingdao. Thank you.
感谢米哈伊副总理，埃旺格。
Thank you, Mr. Mihai. Thank you, Mr. Ivanger, Mr. Wanter. And now I'd like to give the floor to Mr. Liu Jiayi, Party Secretary of Shandong Province, to connect with Mr. Seitzer.
Good morning, Mr. Seitzer. It's my great pleasure to talk with you via video link. First of all, we know this COVID-19 has changed the way we talk with each other. To my knowledge, I understand this year marks the 150th centenary anniversary of Continental AG. You are a company started as a rubber and tire manufacturer, and you now transformed into one of the world's leading technology company today. All of the achievements you've made during the past 150 years are so admirable, and the spirit of change and innovation you have pursued is what we need to learn. Here, I would like to extend my warmest congratulations to Continental AG and to you personally. Shandong is a strong province in terms of economic output, and we're also well-based in terms of our automobile industry with a full set of industrial chain. Now we have more than 1,100 car manufacturers above designated company and 800 spare parts manufacturers. There are more than 400,000 people working in this line. Especially, we have many renowned companies such as Weichai. We know the GE from the US and Volkswagen. They're also setting up manufacturing base in Shandong. And they have built a full system for the manufacturing of all the spare parts of cars. And now, we're working harder to transform towards smart manufacturing and build basis for advanced manufacturing. And we're trying to build an enabling environment for the combination between automobile industry together with smart technologies. That is why the automobile industry of Shandong holds great promise. That is why I hope that Shandong and Continental AG could further expand our cooperation, and I have thought about several suggestions. First of all, we should increase the level of cooperation between us. Continental AG started cooperation with Shandong in 1994, and they have set up projects in Jinan, Qufu, Qingdao, and Jining. And they're also forging partnership relations with China heavy-duty truck. We can say Shandong is an epitome of the fast development of Continental AG in China. We have realized mutually benefiting cooperation with a solid foundation. It is my sincerest wish that Continental AG could further expand the categories of cooperation kinds and improve the efficiency, especially provide new products and new technologies, and build a long-term, stable, and close business partnership relations. Second, expand the horizons. Shandong, as a province that is advanced in terms of the number of people and economic output, we still have a huge room of development in terms of automobile market. By 2025, we will have a more advanced industrial base in Shandong. And we will be providing a new batch of commercial vehicles and new energy vehicles. And we're having higher demands for advanced spare parts and technologies. That is why we share many rooms for further improvement of cooperation. So I hope that the Continental AG could employ more investment in Shandong. Third, we need to expand areas of our cooperation and promote innovative development. It is a critical moment for Shandong Province to implement the strategy of replacing old drivers of growth with new ones and promote high-quality social and economic development. Smart vehicles and new energy vehicles will be our key development points. We will continue to hold innovation-driven development and lead the transformation and upgrade of automobile industries. To my knowledge, the Continental AG is a big promoter in terms of innovation-driven development. That is why I hope that the Continental AG could introduce the new philosophies and new technologies to Shandong and expand research and investment and development in Shandong. For us, the Shandong government, we will foster a better business environment so that we could provide a solid guarantee for our further cooperation. And I sincerely invite you, Mr. Setzer, to visit Shandong. And I sincerely hope my friends from Continental AG good health and smooth career. And I wish you better development. Thank you, Mr. Setzer.
Yeah, thank you. And good afternoon, Mr. Lu Jiayi. First, I would like to express how much I appreciate your invitation to your event today. Thank you very much for providing me the opportunity to have an open and transparent communication with each other. And I regard opportunities like these as very important to deepen the mutual understanding of each other. With the support from Secretary Mr. Lu Jiayi, Governor Mr. Li Gantye, leaders of Shandong Province and the management committees of the development zones at all levels, Continental has made great progress in Shandong Province over the past more than 10 years. In 2007, Continental joined hands with Haixi Rubber Industry Group for the joint venture ContiTech Engineered Rubber Products in Jiangsu. In 2010, 3 years later, Continental Automotive Jinan plant was founded, which manufactures components and parts for commercial vehicles. In 2013, again, 3 years later, Continental set up the joint venture Road Broad Automotive Electronics in Qufu with Qufu Temp Group. In 2015, so only 2 years later, Continental took over Weyens Qingdao Engineering Elastomers, and we have research and development, production, and an operations center in Qingdao for its mobile fluid technology. So up to now, Continental operates 4 locations in Shandong, at which we employ more than 2,100 employees. So I'm very grateful for the strong support that Continental has received of our development and investment in Shandong from the start, from the beginning. This also includes the support for the further enhancement of both our research and development capabilities and productivities. So bringing technologies as well for us to Shandong and exploring them with productive and efficient ways. When looking back, we can proudly confirm that we, based on your strong support, have established a close cooperation with major enterprises in the Shandong province, and that we next are moving even more towards strategic partnerships to deepen the collaboration, as you mentioned before. Yes, I'm convinced that we are moving into a bright future in China, in Shandong. Both our automotive technology and rubber technology group sectors are planning further investments in research and development and production here in China, here in Shandong, to participate in this strategic growth market. We are looking forward to strengthening the cooperation and communications with key enterprises and institutions here at the Shandong province. In doing so, we are always striving for a win-win cooperations and a development that is. Thank you.
Thank you, Party Secretary Liu and Mr. Setzer. We hope that the country could further expand their cooperation with Shandong's companies and further expand investment and strengthen the technological cooperation and jointly build a win-win situation. Now, we will have the connect between Governor Li and the CEO from Pirelli, Tronchetti.
Distinguished Mr. Marco Tronchetti,
have to talk.
good afternoon. I'm very delighted to talk to you. Good afternoon. I'm very delighted to talk to you via Zoom. We know Pirelli company is a leading group of tire manufacturing, and it is one of the investors in Shandong with the longest history, and you are a well-known tire manufacturer around the world. In 2005, your company has started joint venture collaboration with Pixie Group, and you have established your Pirelli Yenzhou company to produce tire for vehicles and motorbikes. And currently, the Yenzhou factory has become one of the largest development and reform space, as well as a world benchmark factory around the world. Last year, this factory was listed as one of the green factories by the Ministry of Information Technology. And this March, I'm very delighted to visit your company in Yenzhou. And I have seen the cutting-edge technology, your management concepts, as well as your innovation ideas in that company, which left me great impression. And on behalf of the government, I'd like to congratulate on your successful results in Shandong And I'd like to thank you for promoting the high quality development of tire industrial development in Shandong. Thank you very much. I'd like you to know that your company will deepen your collaboration with Global500 Group in Shandong and to promote the upgrading of the previous projects. And you will bring the new technologies featuring the Industrial 4.0 technology to Shandong. And can you please introduce some information on this aspect?
Dear Secretary Mr. Liu Zhe, Governor Li Ganzhe, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. To begin with, I sincerely thank for the invitation extended by Shandong Provincial Party Committee, Shandong Provincial Government, and Department of Commerce. Shandong Provincial Government, and I'm very honored to attend the dialogues between Shandong and the world's top 500 conference on deepening Shandong-EU cooperation and discuss together how to seek long-term development and win-win cooperation with China, the Shandong province, based on the past and under the new situation. Just as the theme of this conference, new pattern, new opportunities, new development. Pirelli is a 149-year-old company with its origin in Italy. It is among the world's leading producers of tires and suppliers of associated services. It is the only pure consumer tire company with a distinctive positioning in the high-value tires. And the product range consists of cars, motorcycles, bikes, and a growing portfolio of customized products. With cutting-edge technology and R&D capability, Pirelli has been the global tire partner of the Formula One World Championship since 2011, and is the original tire supplier of many premium and prestige automobile brands, at home and abroad in the civil tire market. In line with the increasingly important demand for environmental protection and the development on a new electric vehicle market, we are also strengthening the cooperation with local NEV brands. Pirelli has deeply established roots in China since 2005, and we chose Shandong province, which is for great strategic significance in China rubber industry, to launch Pirelli first factory here. Over the years, thanks to the sound investment environment of Shandong, through strategic cooperation, joint venture, technology introduction, and joint R&D, Pirelli has worked closely with the government at all levels of Shandong and the Huaqin Group. Those efforts have incubated many projects which were selected at the first batch of major endeavors within the Shandong Provincial Project Database for the transition from old to new kinetic energy and the key R&D plan project library. Through close cooperation with Wenzhou Group and Mr. New family, the tire factories located in Zhangzhou now are among the most advanced manufacturing facility in the Pirelli Group. Jining Shenzhou Smart Tire Project, which features the Industry 4.0 smart production line, represents the world's highest standard in tire production. And the base of the whole business process from design, testing, and in addition to focusing on R&D and technology innovation, Pirelli's factories in China continue to carry out digital transformation based on intelligent and flexible production and promote the concept of sustainable development through technological innovation, just like all the Pirelli factories around the world. Though we achieved significant results in terms of environmental, social, and economic performance. Pirelli's factories in China are committed to developing sustainable production and operation based on the global strategic guidelines and local requirements, and devoted to achieving sustainable development throughout the full life cycle of tires. In 2020, Pirelli Hangzhou factory was acknowledged as a green factory by the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology of China and obtained A-class certification for emission reduction performances by Chinese local government. Shandong province occupies an important strategic position in China's tire and rubber industry. In the future, Pirelli will continue to respond to the Made in China 2025 strategy to increase investment in innovation and R&D, strengthen Industrial 4.0 intelligent production line, and promote the transformation and upgrading of traditional manufacturing based on high value and perfect fit strategy. At the same time, in line with the target of achieving carbon neutrality by 2060, proposed by China during the 75th UN General Assembly, Pirelli will continue to improve energy conservation, emission reduction, and environmental protection to build a green manufacturing model. The goal is to use 100% renewable energy and reduce absolute carbon dioxide emission by 25% compared with 2015 by 2025 and achieve carbon neutrality by 2030. We sincerely hope that all levels of the government in Shandong will continue to support and help Pirelli as they always have, with the two sides working together in terms of renewable energy conversion and utilization. In this way, our goal is to lead the tire industry in Shandong province to improve quality and efficiency, transform and upgrade, realizing the transformation of new and old kinetic energy, and have the development of manufacturing industry in the area. In conclusion, on behalf of Pirelli, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks again to Shandong Provincial Party Committee and Provincial Government, Jining Municipal Party Committee and Municipal Government, and Yangzhou District Party and District Government. Thank you for the long-term guidance, support, and help that you have given Pirelli as it developed its business in China. I wish the conference every success. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your introduction. You have just reviewed our collaboration, and you have also provided much insight that is very oriented, showing your great confidence for the development of Shandong province, which is very inspiring for us in Shandong. And I believe with your support, the relevant project will be promoted and our collaboration will achieve more and more fruitful results. Shandong will continue to provide support to the development of Pirelli Group in Shandong, and we will provide full supply chain services as well as good policy services to your company. And taking this chance, I'd like to give 3 suggestions based on our collaboration. Firstly, we need to improve our strategic cooperation level. As you mentioned, Shandong is an important province in terms of tire manufacturing and consumption. Last year, the total tire output was 385 million, with an increase of 9.9%, taking 50% of total. And the motor vehicles in Shandong is over 30.58 million. So we have great potential of cooperation based on this huge market. Currently, we are promoting the industrial transformation of our tire industry, and we are approaching to high-end development. So we hope that your company can deepen your collaboration with the relative enterprises in Shandong and to promote more enterprises, partners, and projects to come to Shandong either in the upstream or in the downstream, and we can become a very important advantageous industrial cluster in Shandong. And secondly, we need to expand our technological collaboration, and we can full play our advantages. And we know that the Pirelli APAC R&D and Innovation Center is an important platform for us to carry out global innovation and R&D. And this will also promote your factory in Yanzhou to achieve digital transformation and to increase the level of digitalization and intellectualization. We can make a joint hand on the technical collaboration. And finally, I'd also like to say that we need to promote the green development and sustainable development. Pirelli Group has very successful experiences in terms of energy consumption, and recycling of the waste. And you have made a very pragmatic and practical plans for carbon neutral and carbon peak. And we hope that this kind of sustainable development concept can be implemented in your development in Shandong, and this will be helpful for making Shandong to become a benchmark of high quality development and green development. And above was my suggestion for collaboration, and these suggestions will help us to carry out more fruitful cooperation in the future. And finally, I'd like to invite you to visit Shandong at your convenience, and I wish you every success. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I will take care of your suggestions, and we will continue the cooperation, strengthening mainly the points that you highlighted, and are committed. We continue to be stronger and stronger thanks to the ground of cooperation you have set, and you are continue to set it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Governor Li Ganjie, and thank you, Mr. Troncati. And we hope that the company can expand your cooperation in Shandong and to achieve new breakthroughs in technological innovation and product upgrading. And we will promote high quality and green development in the future. Now, I would like to invite Governor Li Ganjie to communicate with Mr. Javier Emmanuel, Senior VP of Saint-Gobain Group and CEO of Deepening APAC.
Hello, distinguished Mr. Gimeno. It's a great pleasure for me to talk with you. We know Saint-Gobain is a Fortune 500 and also one of the top 100 industrial enterprise and the leading manufacturer of automobile glass. It has a 350 years of history, and you are a leader in construction material and high-performance material. Saint-Gobain has a solid cooperation base with Shandong. As early as 2003, you came to Shandong, and now you have already invested 4 companies in Qingdao and Linyi and other cities with a total volume of $230 million. We're pleased to see that in recent 2 decades, Saint-Gobain is doing well in Shandong and also made proactive contribution to Shandong's development. I'd like to take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt thanks to you and Saint-Gobain. Saint-Gobain has planned to further expand its investment in Shandong. Today, we will also be implementing a new construction project in Binzhou with a total yearly output of 350 tons of new construction material. Could you please introduce us about your plan to us?
Absolutely. So good afternoon, dear Governor Lee. First of all, let me show my sincere gratitude for having invited me, for having invited Saint-Gobain to attend this conference and to give me the opportunity to have with you this open dialogue. Yes, as you say, Saint-Gobain is a French multinational created in 1665. So we are 356 years of history, and we are the world leader in terms of design and production of green materials for construction, automotive, and healthcare applications. We came to China relatively late, taking into account our long history. We invested for the first time in China in 1985. But very quickly, after our arrival in China, it was clear for us that Shandong was a very good place to develop our manufacturing. So we first invested in Shandong in the early 90s. And since then, as you say, we have been developing in a very healthy manner. Today, we are running 5 different plants, and our intention is to keep extending our manufacturing facilities in your province. I think that Shandong has a very significant assets. And first one is the very strong domestic market. You know, most of our products produced in Shandong are sold within the Shandong province because the local market is extremely important. The second asset is the top class logistics infrastructure. There are very few places in the world, very few places in China where you can have this kind of high quality infrastructure. The third asset is the competitive of the cost. You know, a company like Saint-Gobain is extremely sensitive to cost of energy. And I have to say that the cost of energy of Shandong province are among the best ones, the lowest ones in China. Then another asset that we value very much is the access to very high scale labor force. You have very good universities, and that allows us to get access to very good technicians, which are absolutely vital for the development of our manufacturing activities in the province. And now, beside those traditional assets, I think that there are 2 new elements of attraction of Shandong. The first one is your extremely strong commitment with carbon neutrality. I think that the whole China has made the bet for carbon neutrality by 2060, but your province, Shandong, is particularly engaged in that direction. And the second element of attraction, which is new, is your very strong commitment with the transformation of the economic model of China, with an increasing wave of technology, innovation, and research and development. So for all those traditional reasons and the 2 new ones that I have mentioned, I believe that Shandong is a very promising land for us to invest. Let me end also by saying that I am personally very connected with Shandong province, as for some years I have been the chairman of the Committee of Foreign Advisors of the Mayor of Jinan. And all over the time I was occupying this job, we got a very fruitful cooperation between Jinan city and the foreign companies operating in that part of the Shandong province. And more recently, I have been invited by the Qingdao municipality to join the Committee of Advisors of the city of Qingdao. I think that all those initiatives taken by the administration at the local level are extremely helpful and create an atmosphere of trust and confidence between the local government and the foreign and the foreign companies. I have the pleasure to visit Shandong at least 2 or 3 times per year. I am talking now from Shanghai, where the headquarters of Saint-Gobain are located, but I go to Shandong again at least 2, 3, 4 times per year. And I hope that next time I visit one of your wonderful cities, I will have the privilege to meet you in person in order for us to develop further our collaboration.
Thank you. Thank you for your introduction, especially the high appraisal and affirmation you've made to Shandong province. Thank you so much for your recognition of our advantage in the market size, skilled labor, and logistics and infrastructure. You have given us a good boost in our confidence for the high quality development. Just now you introduced us your future plan for Saint-Gobain to expand in China. This is in great synergy of our developmental plan. We will give you full support. I believe with our joint efforts, both projects, old and new, will become even more smooth and more productive. I'd like to take this opportunity to propose several suggestions to expand our cooperation. First, we should try to tap the potential in terms of cooperation in new materials. New energy and new materials are one of the 10 advantaged industries for Shandong. Last year, the new energy and new material companies above designated level had a total revenue of 972.4 billion yuan, almost 1 trillion yuan, a 17.3% to promote technological innovation. One of the major fields for our innovation is the industry of new materials. We're continuing to strengthen and beefing up the investment in this industry and promote our capacity to make our industry greener with low carbon emissions and more smarter. We know Saint-Gobain for 10 consecutive years received the top 100 innovative company in the world, and you're a leader in terms of glass making, fiber, ceramic, and plastic making. We hope that with our joint efforts, we will jointly promote the R&D and promotion and application of new materials, technologies, and products, and translate our research into actual results so that we could make the carbon peaking and third, I suggest we could promote our all-round communication and cooperation. France is one of the major destination country for us to cooperate with the EU. We know you're one of the founders of China-France 50 Men's Club, and you once assumed important position for the France business commerce in China, and you're quite influential. From 2017 to 2019, you also served in the capacity of the president of International Economic Consultation Committee for the mayor of Jinan. We hope that you will continue to leverage your advantage and promote and introduce the comparative advantage of Shandong's development to other French companies and attract more French companies to start up business in Shandong and promote the cooperation between Shandong and EU so that we could achieve more results. And that are 3 of my suggestions and hopes. And then I would like to invite you to visit Shandong again. Just now you mentioned you've visited us many more times, and I wish there are many times more. I hope next time we could have a face-to-face communication, and I wish you a good health and good work. Thank you.
It's me for your very kind words. Frankly speaking, your 3 suggestions are perfectly fine with me. You know, the first 2 suggestions are really matching with the business model of Saint-Gobain. You are talking about sustainability, you are talking about environment, you are talking about carbon. In the development of the carbon neutrality roadmap, we will be more than happy. What you say about innovation is also absolutely fitting with our business model. The Saint-Gobain business model is built on that. It is built on continuous innovation and continuous research and development. And this is supposed to be also the core of the new economic model of China, the model that you want to deploy and towards which you go so fast. If there again, if we can contribute to do this transition faster and more dynamic, I will be more than delighted. And then, yes, you know, for the time being, Saint-Gobain, the presence of Saint-Gobain in Shandong is a manufacturing presence. But I think that the time has come for us to start thinking about investing also in some research and development capabilities. We have a very important research and development center in Shanghai, but I think it's also good to replicate this center in other provinces. And Shandong is certainly one of the best prepared to welcome our new R&D center. And then, as you say, you know, Saint-Gobain is a French, and you can count on Saint-Gobain to make the active promotion of Shandong in front of the French business community. I know that the traditional links of Shandong are more with our German colleagues than with France, and I am delighted for that. But I think that this friendship between Germany and Shandong is perfectly compatible with very good friendship also with the French companies. And if I can support you on that, I will be more than delighted to do so. Thank you very much, Governor Lee.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You just talked about Shandong. It's one of the well-equipped places for you to replicate the R&D center. So please make the first R&D center outside of Shanghai to be in Shandong. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Governor Li Ganjie, and thank you, Mr. Jim Mano, for your conversation. And I hope that while promoting investment projects in our province with high standards and high quality, Saint-Gobain will increase your investment cooperation in the field of energy conservation, environmental protection, and new materials to help our province to replace the old economic drivers with new ones, and to share the new opportunities for both of us and achieve win-win cooperation in the future. Let's welcome him. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Now we come to the signing ceremony of the key projects. This promotion meeting, we have 14 cities that will sign 22 key foreign investment projects with a total investment of $1.1 billion, and it's related to the high energy equipment manufacturing, medical care, and new energy, new material, fine chemicals, green environmental protection, and other fields. We have 18 manufacturing projects with contracted foreign capital of $364 million. And from the perspective of regional distribution, we have 10 projects, 4 projects in France, 3 projects in Italy, 2 projects in Spain, 1 project in Belgium, Finland, and Netherlands, etc. And we have many international companies as our partner, including Continental Group, EDF, Linda, Viela. We will have 2 groups, and in the first group, project signed by Jinan, Qingdao, Zibo, Zaozhuang, Dongying, Yantai, Weifang, 7 cities and 12 projects in total. Please sign the contract. And the representatives, please present the signed documents to us. Congratulations on the successful signing. And for the second group, we have Jining, Tai'an, Weihai, Linyi, Dezhou, Liaocheng, Binzhou. 7 cities will sign 10 projects in total. Please sign the document. Representatives, please present the signed document to the camera. Congratulations to all the partners on signing the contract successfully, and thank you for signing the contract. We hope that all these investment projects will achieve early arrival, landing, implement, and achieve fruitful results in the future. And this is the end of the ceremony, and thank you very much.